kings and queens, welcome to another episode of CU Chronicles. It's your baby girl Janiola. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much, I love you. And if you're new, welcome to the family. So CU Chronicles is about giving like a detailed story of my days in Covenant University. I'm a Covenant University student, and there are a lot of interesting and dramatic things that happen, and that's what we show on CU Chronicles. So today I'm going to be talking about hosting a show or having an event in Covenant University. In reality, everybody thinks that Covenant University is a strict school, which is very true to some extent, but that doesn't mean we can't be social or we can't have fun. While I'm just telling you about my story of hosting Jokes on You, which is like one of the biggest events in Covenant University, I'm going to be wearing my makeup. So I'm putting on Jokes on You, and Jokes on You is like one of the biggest comedy shows in Covenant University. It's like showing that there can be entertainment in Covenant University, and I was privileged to be part of the planning committee. So I just want to share a few tips that I know for you to host a show in Covenant University. I'm a Campus Life member. What's Campus Life? Campus Life is a group of people that organize social events in Covenant University. I'm sure a lot of people would be wondering that this one that wants to have a show, or this one that something is happening. Who are the people in charge of this? Because obviously the school is keen on spirituality, but they always encourage people to come up with exciting ideas. Something about Covenant University that they won't do everything for you. They want you to come up with ideas or insights on how you can make the school fun by yourself. So yes, it's not as if they don't want entertainment. From what I've experienced, they just want you to come up with amazing ideas that also stick with the core values. Not that you go and bring one secular artist now and say you want to have show. That's not possible. On this ground, never. It's very important to know that when you want to organize a show in Covenant University, the core values should be put into consideration. So let me talk about Jokes on You, which is the events that I've been majorly invested in as a Covenant University student. So Jokes on You is a comedy show where we invite different comedians to come and showcase their talents and tell us what they are good at. Literally, people say it's a comedy show, but in the real sense, we just want to assist upcoming acts. So it's not just really about the comedy, it's more about assisting talent and making sure that individuals have a space to show themselves to the world and make sure that people are thriving and growing. So one thing I love about Tolu Afilaka, which is the headliner of the show, is that he's a we rise by lifting others kind of guy. When he's having an event, he's very cautious of every other person. He's not just cautious of, okay, it's my show. He says it is our show because all of us just have to shine. One thing about Tolu Afilaka is that he's a people's person. He doesn't just care about what he's doing. He cares about everybody else. That's why Jokes on You is meant to be a comedy show, but it's more of like showcasing of your talent. You get? So it's not just, okay, we are just coming to crack jokes, and then a lot of big artists from outside come and then make us laugh and everything. It's always so fun, sha. So I was a Campus Life member, like I earlier said, and we were meant to volunteer to come and usher at the event. So that was when I first heard about Jokes on You, and by that time I'd already started content creation. Note that. So okay, now when I was asked to come and usher, I was actually very happy because we didn't have to pay tickets. That's one of the advantages of being a Campus Life member. I was not really involved in the planning process. I was just there in like some meetings, not like the main meeting. One thing about success, not everybody will support your show. That's the truth of the matter. Whether I like it or not, whether your friends or whether your family or not everybody, even people that you call your OG, that okay, when I have show I'm going to, or people that will even like say, okay, when are you going to have your show now? Not all of them will show up. Not all of them will come. They won't be there to actually show up and get there when it's time to do the work. I was like the secretary or something, so I was carrying proposals around, going to meet you, to dean, to everybody. And then before you got approval, you have to make sure that you spell out everything you want to do. You write your program. Nothing should be missing from one time to one time. So like we made mistakes in some part, like your ticket pricing. It has to go with the policy of the school. You can't just pick any amount for your tickets. To avoid any form of immorality, your programs have to be according to what the school can do. Number one, have a good team of people. Not your friends, not people that will say, oh, my guy. People that I know that will actually put in the work. Because there are different sides and different sectors of having a show. You have the ticketing, you have the branding, you have the people that are going to reach out to sponsors, you have the hosts, you have the welfare, people that are going to give people food. So have a solid team, a team that if you are not there, things will still be running. Number two, be organized. Everybody should know what they are doing before time. Your publicity should not be 2 weeks before. That's very late. CU community is a very hard community to please. She gets. So your publicity should be very strong, because that's what will determine if people will turn up or if people will not turn up. If a few people are talking about it, people will think it's not a big deal. But when a lot of people are talking about it, then people will know that, oh, okay, I think I should actually come for this show. I think this show will actually be beneficial to me. Make sure that your publicity game is strong and you don't sleep on that, because that's what will determine a lot. So my makeup is very, very simple actually. So after a publicity game, make sure that you abide by the school rules and regulation. That is one thing. When it comes to proposal, make sure that your proposal is straightforward. Don't go and write something that they will have to ask you questions and ask you to reprint or ask you to talk again. Like, don't let them stress you, and if you don't want them to stress you, just do things that you're meant to do at the right time. Don't do what you're not meant to do. Don't let them tell you to reprint 20 times. Like, just make sure you get it right at once. I can remember one time under the rain. It was the things I've done. It was not even funny. Under the rain, I had to borrow umbrella. The umbrella even like scattered because of how heavy the rain is, and the show was the next day. So you have to make sure that you have amazing people that are there to support you. Make sure you're able to impress them at once. Another thing you can do is you can go through Campus Life to organize your event. You don't have to organize your events on your own. Since we are able to pull off shows in the past, so coming to Campus Life will not be an issue, because you don't have trust issues when they know that your show is going through us. They know that, okay, Campus Life has organized events before and they've gone through the school rules and regulations. So if Campus Life is involved in this, they'll make sure that everything is intact and nothing is slacking. That's what organizing a show in Covenant University is majorly about. On Instagram, I'm going to talk about different brands that Jokes On You work with and what the brands stand for. So I feel you should check my Instagram after this video. CU students have a lot of entertainers, have a lot of creative minds, but because they feel like they don't want to cast or they don't want to be expelled, they feel like school is going to say something about them hosting shows, which is not true. They actually encourage social activities. That's why a body like Campus Life exists. If you have any creative idea in mind and you want to let it fly but you're shy, you can just reach out to Campus Life on Instagram. Because we actually need social events too. Don't sleep on it. We need a lot of social events. Everybody's just being mid or being too careful. I didn't know my makeup would come out this good. Oh my god. So it's very advisable you even plan your show alpha semester. Nobody is arguing for dates with you. Don't start planning your show 1 day before or 2 weeks before. That's late. 1 month before self is kind of late, because you have a lot of events in Omega semester. Doing makeup is simple and sleek. Giving all is meant to be given as it should, and that's on period. Another thing I did not mention is that you must learn to work under pressure. Working under pressure is one of the secrets of hosting a successful show in Covenant University, because you have to fight for what you want. Like if you are really passionate about your show, or you're really passionate of what you want to bring forth, you have to be able to work under pressure. Let me tell you a quick story. The last Jokes On You that happened, I was meant to be the host of the event, and then I came a little bit late because I didn't want to be part of the preparation process. I just wanted to get there, do my work, then thank God for the event and go out. So when I got there like 30 minutes later than the proposed time, and everybody was standing outside, and I was confused. I'm like, is the show not going on? I was even expecting a lot of people to be seated, everything should be boiling, should be popping already, but everybody was standing outside, and they said that something happened in Kukri, so we could not have the event anymore in Kukri. And I was so confused. I'm like, why is it that day of the event? Because we already have our proposal, Dean already signed, every important body already signed. So I was so confused, and they said we cannot have it there again. The only thing I could do that time was to pray Tolu, the headliner of the event, was just so calm and stable, and was like, don't worry, everything's under control. I'm like, it is clear that everything is not under control, so what are you saying? And he's like, don't worry, Jenny, just calm down. Everybody should just calm down and all of that. So we had to go to CAF 2. So in CAF 2, they had an event a day before, and everywhere was looking scattered. Food was on the floor, amala, everything. Oh my god, that place was so disgusting. So even me with my makeup, with my heels, with everything, I had to be carrying chairs, put things where it's meant to be so that the show can go on. Even the performing acts, everybody that was involved, like, were carrying chairs and doing the things that I never knew they would ever do. You get, because of the way they carry themselves, but because everybody wanted the show to go on, everybody was involved. And I've told you, Tolu is a people's person. He doesn't just want things for himself, he wants things for everybody. He wants everybody to grow. That's why everybody was so involved. So just make sure you have the right team, be able to work under pressure, and you yourself fight for what you want, not actual fight. So if you are still here, thank you for watching to the end. You can ask questions on my Instagram page for more information, or for anything you need to know about being a CU student or being an entertainer in CU or the CU community. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye.